We will start the class. Yesterday we were seeing this numerical, that is given the data in the following table. Here in this table they have given the yk random variable values and the probability of yk random variable. So here we have to calculate what is the mean and variance of y random variable, and they have given this w in terms of y, that is w is equal to y square plus 1. This equation they have given, and we have to calculate the mean value and variance of this w. So here in this table they have given k is equal to I and it varies from 1 to 5. There are 5 values given in this table and yk is the random variable. Here there are 5 values for that, that is 2.1, 3.2, 4.8, 5.4 and 6.9, and the probability of this yk. Here for the first value 2.1, the probability is 0.20, and for the second value 3.2, the probability is 0.21, and for the third random variable 4.8, the probability is 0.19, and for the fourth it is 5.4, the probability is 0.14, and for the last random variable 6.9, the value of probability is 0.26. So yesterday we had seen how to calculate this W value using this equation. We know what are these YK values, that is Y value we know, and we have to square the Y value and add 1 so that we can get the WK value. So here if you see, that is first value is 0.20. So 0.20 square plus 1, we get it as 5.41. So the first value is 5.41, and next is 3.2. The first we have squared this value, 2.1 square plus 1 is 5.41. Next value is 3.2 square plus 1 is 11.24. Next we have squared this value, that is 4.8, and added 1, so it is 24.04. Next value is 5.4. So square this 5.4 plus 1, that is 30.16. And next value is 6.9 square, then plus 1 is 48.61. So this is how we will calculate this WK random variable values. So once you calculate this, first we have to calculate the mean and variance for this YK random variable. So this is the general formula to calculate the mean value. That is mu x is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to n xi into px of xi. So this is in terms of x random variable. Here they have given the y random variable. So we will write it as mu y is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to n yk and then p of yk. Here we have to multiply the yk value with its probability, and then we have to add these values. For each term we have to multiply and we have to sum the value to get the mean y. Mean of y, we have to do this. So here this yk value, first we have 2.1 into 0.20, that is 2.1 into 0.20, plus the next value is 3.2 into 0.21. So this is the next value we have taken. Next we have to take 4.8 into 0.19, and here it is 5.4 into 0.14. This is the value here, and lastly we have 6.9 into 0.26. So if you sum all these things, you will get the mean value of random variable y as 4.5540. So this is the mean value for y. Then next we have to calculate the variance. The variance general equation is sigma x square, that is equal to the second order moment E of x square minus mu x the whole square. This is also in terms of x. Here we have to write in terms of y random variable. Here the second order moment, that is e of x square, is given by summation I is equal to 1 to n xi square into px of xi. Here also we have to take e of y square is equal to, or y square bar is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to n yk square into p of yk. Here we have to square this yk random variable and then multiply it with its probability. And then substitute it in this formula minus the mean square. Already we have calculated the mean value for random variable y. So to calculate the second order moment, we have to square the yk random variable and multiply it with its probability. So here this first value is 2.1. So 2.1 whole square into 0.20, its probability value. Then plus 3.2 whole square into 0.21. The next value is 4.8 square into 0.19. Next value we have it as 5.4 square into 0.14. Last value is 6.9 square into 0.26. So this random variable we have to square and multiply with the probability of this value. And then we have to sum all these probability value and random variable multiplication. So after summing this, we will get the second order moment of y as 23.8710. So this is the second order moment. And this we have to substitute in variance to get the variance of y. Here sigma y square is equal to variance of y, that is equal to the second order moment minus the mu y square. Here this y bar square value we have it as 23.8710. So substitute it here, then minus the mu square value. Mu y we have calculated it as 4.5540. So here we have to square this number. So finally we will get the variance value as 3.1321. So this is the variance of random variable y. So now we have calculated the mean value for y and the second order moment for the y, and then we have substituted both these values to calculate the variance of random variable y. So next we have to calculate the mean and variance for the random variable w. Here we have this random variable wk and its probability values. So for these values we have to calculate the mean and variance. Same equations will be used to calculate the mean and variance of this w random variable. So here we will see that here this is the mu w. Here we have to multiply the random variable wk with its probability values. Here these values we have already calculated using the equation w is equal to y square plus 1. So the first value we got is 5.41 into its probability is 0.20, plus the next value we have got is 11.24 and its probability value is 0.21, plus next value of the random variable wk is 24.04 into 0.19. This is the probability of this value. Next we have 30.16 into its probability value 0.14. Then next value is 48.61 into 0.26. These value you have already calculated, that is these values 5.41, 11.24, 24.04, 30.16, 48.161. These values we have already calculated. These values. Here we have these values. So we have to multiply each of these values with the probability of yk. We have multiplied, and then finally we will get the mean value as 24.8710. If you solve this, you will get mean value of W as 24.8710. So next for variance, we have to first calculate the second order moment of W, and then we have to subtract it with by using the mean square value. Here we have to first square the random variable wk and multiply it with the probability of yk, and then we have to do the summation of all the values. So the first value here was 5.41. So 5.41 square into probability 0.21. Next value is 11.24 square into 0.21. This is the probability, and this is the random variable. We have to square the first value and then multiply it with the this probability. So next value is 24.04 square into 0.19. Next value is 30.16 square into 0.14. So last value is 48.61 square into 0.26. So the second order moment value is 883.8996. This is the value we get if we solve this. So next we have to substitute this mean square, that is the second order moment, minus the mean square value and square of it. So here we have both these values. Here first is the W square bar or E of W square. That value is 883.8996 minus the mean square value. Mean square value is 24.8710. Mean value is 24.8710. So we have to square it. So here we will get the variance value as 265.3329. So this is the variance value. So you just check all these four values. Here first, the mean of y is 4.5540, and the second order moment value for y is y square bar, or you can write it as E of y square is equal to 23.8710. The variance value for y is, by substituting the mean value and this second order moment value, we have variance value as sigma y square is equal to 3.1321. And next, the mean value for random variable w, we have 24.8710. And the second order moment for w, we have 883.8996. Then variance of w, we have 265.3329. So these are the mean and variance value for both w random variable and y random variable. So next we will move on to the characteristic function. In some cases, for some distributions, mean and variance doesn't exist mathematically. Mathematically, in some cases, we cannot find out the mean and variance. So, in that case, a more general alternative description for the PDF is used. That is nothing but the characteristic equation. This characteristic equation gives the more general description of the PDF. So it is denoted by phi x of j omega. This is the notation for characteristic function, that is phi x of j omega. Here we can write this phi x of j omega as e of e raised to j omega x. Here x is the random variable. Here it is written in terms of e to the power of j omega x. So this is the characteristic function. Here it is defined for both the continuous case and the discrete case. For e of x, that is e of x formula, we had it as integration minus infinity to infinity x into fx of x into dx. So similar kind of equation is there here, that is e of e raised to j omega x. Here for continuous case, we can write it as integration minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to j omega x into fx of x into dx. This is the equation for continuous case, that is phi x of j omega is equal to integration minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to j omega x into fx of x into dx. Then for the discrete case, we have this same equation but with the summation. So here phi x of j omega is summation I, that is e raised to j omega xi into px of xi. Here this will be PMF. Here we have used the summation for discrete case. So just you have to write this equation in your notes. Phi x of j omega is equal to e of e raised to j omega x. Integration for continuous case, you have to write integration minus infinity to plus infinity e raised to j omega x into fx of x into dx. Here this term is multiplied with the PDF value and it is integrated from minus infinity to plus infinity. Here this is the summation for discrete case. E raised to j omega xi is multiplied with the probability value or the PMF, that is px of xi. So this is a important formula. You have to write it in your notes. Next we will see the moments. That is first order moment, second order moment, nth order moment. All these we will see next. First order moment is nothing but the mean value, that is e of x. So first we will see the general definition or the nth order moment, that is nth order moment. So to find the nth order moment, we have to write it as e of x raised to n. This is the nth order moment, that is equal to the differentiation, that is d by d of j omega raised to n, and this is the characteristic equation phi x of j omega. Here this characteristic equation is differentiated with respect to j omega n times, because here it is nth order moment, so it is differentiated n times, and then the omega is equal to 0 is put in the equation. Sorry, here this is the nth order moment equation, so you have to write it in your notes. Here it is differentiation of the characteristic equation with respect to j omega, and it is differentiated n times, and omega is equal to 0 is substituted. So this is the general equation for nth order moment. Here if you put n is equal to 1, then it becomes the first order moment. Here that is E of x, that is equal to the mean value. Here also you have to differentiate the characteristic equation phi x of j omega with respect to j omega. Here you have to differentiate only once because it is the first order moment, and you have to substitute omega is equal to 0. If you put n is equal to 2, then it is the second order moment. Here also you have to differentiate this characteristic equation phi x of j omega. Here you have to differentiate twice, that is n is equal to 2 here. So you have to differentiate this characteristic equation 2 times and then put omega is equal to 0. To calculate the first order moment, you have to differentiate once this characteristic equation and put omega is equal to 0. And to calculate the second order moment, you have to differentiate twice this characteristic equation and put omega is equal to 0. So these are the three important formulas you have to note down in your book. The equation for E of x raised to n, you have to differentiate the characteristic equation n times and put omega is equal to 0. In case when n is equal to 1, that is the first order moment E of x, you have to differentiate the characteristic equation once and then put omega is equal to 0. To calculate the second order moment, that is E of x square, you have to differentiate the characteristic equation phi x of j omega twice and then put omega is equal to 0. These are three important formulas you have to note down. So next we will see the conditioned random variable. Here we will consider two events, that is event A and event B. These are the two events considered, and the conditioned probability is denoted by probability A by B. So here B is the condition. We can write the equation for this condition random variable, that is probability of A by B is probability of A intersection B divided by the probability of B. Here always the probability of B value will be greater than 0. So using this equation we have already solved the problem, but here we will see the CDF, PDF, mean, variance, all these with respect to the condition random variable. We will see all the formulas related to those. Okay, this is the probability of A by B. Here, if there is some condition, this B is the condition, then only this probability of A can occur. So, we will see the conditioned CDF next. So generally the CDF we denote it as fx of x. Here we denote fx of x as the general CDF, but here as it is conditional CDF we will denote fx of x, but here the condition b is included. The formula for fx of x is just fx of x. We have the formula, that is probability x less than or equal to x. So this was the formula earlier, whatever we have seen. But here the condition B is included. So we will write it as fx by b of x is equal to probability of x less than or equal to x by b. Here this condition is included. So here this probability of A intersection B divided by B. Using this equation, if we see it here, probability of x less than or equal to x. This we take it as A value. So here if we substitute probability of x less than or equal to x intersection B divided by probability of B. So this is the equation for for the CDF value. So you have to note down this equation. The condition CDF fx by b of x, that is probability of x less than or equal to x bar b. Here it is probability of x less than or equal to x. Here the a value is this intersection b divided by the probability of b. Here the set b is the value where x lies between x1 and x2. This is the set of values for b. So using this, we can define the conditioned CDF as, using these three conditions we can define. That is, when this x value is less than x1. Here x lies between x1 and x2. There are no values less than the x1. So here the conditioned CDF value will be equal to 0 because there are no values less than x1. Here x1, it lies between x1 and x2, and this x, when it is less than x1, there are no values. So the CDF value, conditioned CDF is 0. When x lies in between x1 and x2, that is probability of x lies between x1 and x2. We have already seen the formula in terms of CDF, that is probability of x when it lies between x1 and x2. We have CDF, that is fx of x2 minus fx of x1. So if we substitute that here, that is this condition for x lies between x1 and x2, here in the numerator we can put it as fx of x2 minus fx of x1, and numerator as it is, this denominator as it is, that is probability of b. So this is the second equation which we get when x lies between x1 and x2. And the third condition is x is greater than or equal to x2. Here it includes all the values. That is, it includes all the x1 values, x2 values, everything. So the maximum value of CDF is 1. So you have to note down this equation also. So this is the equation for conditioned CDF. Here B is the set of values where x lies between x1 and x2. So next we will see the PDF, that is PDF of the conditioned random variable. You all know that PDF is the differentiation of CDF. So here using that we have this conditioned PDF, that is fx by b of x. It is the differentiation of conditioned CDF, that is d by dx of fx by b of x. So this equation also you have to note down. And we can also define the PDF like this. Condition PDF fx by b is equal to fx of x. This is the PDF for random variable x divided by the probability of b, as this is the condition. So here also x lies between x1 and x2. If you see this graph, if we take this as the PDF, that is fx of x, this as the PDF graph, and here x1 and x2 are the values on this x-axis. So the probability of B, here it lies between x1 and x2 because these are the probability of B is the set of values which lies between x1 and x2. So this part is for probability of B, and this full curve is of this fx of x. So if you want to know the conditioned PDF, that is fx of xb, this is the graph. That is in between the values x1 and x2 only this conditioned PDF exists, because in this total and divided by the probability of B, we have only this value, and which lies between x1 and x2. So this is the graph for the conditioned PDF, that is fx by b, and the area under this curve will be always equal to 1, total area under this curve. So you have to take down these both equation in your notes, that is conditioned PDF is the differentiation of conditioned CDF, and conditioned PDF is equal to fx of x divided by the probability of b. So here it is the same equation, and probability of b, that is the area of fx of x between x1 and x2, that is what we have seen in the graph. So the probability of b equation, we can write it as integration x1 to x2 fx of x into dx. Here this is the equation for probability of b, and by seeing this you can write it in terms of PDF, in terms of CDF, that is fx of x2 minus fx of x1. These equations we have already proved in the previous classes. So here it is integration x1 to x2 fx of x into dx. This is the probability of b value. You have to note down this also. Next, we will see the mean, variance, standard deviation, everything for the condition random variable. So here the conditioned mean is mu x by b, that is e of x by b. And for mean we already know, that is integration minus infinity to plus infinity x into its PDF value. Here it is conditioned mean, so we have to include the conditioned PDF value, that is fx by b of x into dx. So this is the mean value you have to note down, conditioned mean value. So here this is the conditioned mean value, that is mu x by b is equal to expectation of x by b is equal to the integration minus infinity to plus infinity x into f x by b of x into dx. So next we will see the second order moment, that is e of x square by b. This is also the conditioned second order moment. So here the b is included. In square second order moments, we have to square the random variable and multiply it with the PDF value. So here also it is same. First we have squared the random variable x and multiplied it with the conditioned PDF, that is fx by b of x into dx. Next is the variance, that is sigma x by b the whole square. Here we have the expectation of x minus mu x by b the whole square. We can write it as minus infinity to plus infinity x minus mu x by b whole square into its conditioned PDF value. So you have to note down the mean value, the second order moment, and this variance. These are all written in terms of continuous random variable. You can also write it in discrete by using the summation sign. The variance can also be written as E of x by b square, that is equal to E of x square by b, then minus this mu square value. This is the conditioned variance value. You can just take this mu value this side and write in terms of this variance, or you can write like this also for the second order moment, that is the variance value plus the mean value square. And standard deviation, it is just the square root of conditioned variance, that is sigma x by b conditioned standard deviation is equal to square root of variance of x by b. We already know the total area under the PDF is always 1. Here the condition PDF is there. Here also the same condition remains, that is the total area under the conditioned PDF is 1. In equation we can write it as integration x by b of x into dx is equal to 1. Next we will see the list of formulas till now whatever we have studied in a single page. You can write it all these formulas, so it will be very helpful for you to revise and remember also. After seeing all this list of problems or the formulas, we will solve few numericals, and also in this unit we have different special distributions included. In both the continuous and discrete we have special distributions, that is like binomial distribution, exponential distribution, uniform distribution, Laplace distribution. These all distributions we have to study, and for these distributions we have to see the formulas and mean value, variance value, standard deviation value for all these special distributions, and we have to also calculate the characteristic function for these. So first we will see the list of formulas. You have to write it in your notes, so it will be helpful for you. So first we had seen the CDF, that is cumulative distribution function CDF. We denote it by fx of x. That is fx of x, capital F x of x. This is the notation for CDF, and that is equal to the probability of x less than or equal to x. These notations are very important. Here for CDF we have the capital F, and for PDF we have the small f. You have to remember that correctly. And here that is fx of infinity. Here if x is equal to infinity, then we have fx of infinity is equal to 1. Because it is the cumulative value, it will include all the probability of x less than or equal to, here x is infinity, so it will include all the values less than or equal to infinity, so the CDF value will become 1 because this is the maximum value. And fx of minus infinity, that is if x is equal to minus infinity, that is probability of x less than or equal to minus infinity. Here there are no values less than minus infinity, so the CDF value will be equal to 0. So then we have the probability distribution function. Next we have fx of x in, that is fx of x value we have. We all know that the PDF, it is the differentiation of the CDF value. So fx of x is nothing but d by dx of fx of x, that is the capital Fx of x, which means that is the CDF value. This is the equation for the PDF, that is fx of x, that is equal to differentiation of the CDF value, and the area under this PDF is always equal to 1, that is integration minus infinity to plus infinity fx of x into dx, that is equal to 1. So next we will see evaluating the probability values using the PDF and CDF equations. If we want to calculate the probability of x less than or equal to x, if we see this is the definition for PDF, sorry CDF, that is fx of x. So this probability value is equal to the CDF. In terms of PDF, we can write it as integration minus infinity to x into fx of x into dx, because PDF is nothing but the integration for this CDF is nothing but the integration of PDF. So next, if we want to calculate the probability value of x greater than or equal to x, we can write it as 1 minus the CDF, that is fx of x, because probability of x greater than or equal to x plus the probability of x less than or equal to x is equal to 1. So we can write it as probability of x greater than or equal to x is equal to 1 minus fx of x. This value is nothing but the probability of x less than or equal to x. Next we have probability of x which lies between x1 and x2. This we have already seen the proof, that is in terms of CDF we can write it as fx of x2 minus fx of x1, and here in terms of PDF we can write it as integration x1 to x2 fx of x into dx. If the probability value at any particular point is asked, that is fx of x is equal to fx is equal to x, then it is equal to 0. This proof also we have already seen. Then next we have the probability mass function, that is PMF, that is Pi is equal to P of x is equal to xi. Here I can vary from 1 to n. Next we will see cumulative distribution function and PDF in terms of unit step function and delta function. So CDF in terms of unit step function is fx of x, that is equal to summation I is equal to 1 pi into u of x minus xi. This is the CDF equation in terms of unit step function, and this is the PDF value, that is fx of x, that is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to n pi into delta of x minus xi. As the PDF is the differentiation of this value, so we have differentiation of u of t is nothing but delta of t. So here in the note point we have given differentiation of u of t is delta t, that is the impulse function. So then we have seen the mean value mu x is equal to e of x, or it can be told as first order moment, that is equal to integration minus infinity to infinity x, this is the random variable, into its PDF value fx of x into dx. In the second order moment, e of x square is equal to integration minus infinity to plus infinity. We have to square the random variable, that is x square, into its probability value, that is fx of x into dx. Then we have this variance formula, that is expectation of x minus mu x square, that we can write it as minus integration minus infinity to plus infinity x minus mu x whole square into PDF value fx of x into dx. Or else we can write this variance as sigma x square, that is equal to e of x square minus sigma, minus mu x square. This also we have seen the proof. And then standard deviation is nothing but the square root of variance value. So today we have seen the characteristic function, that is phi x of j omega, that is equal to e of e raised to j omega x. And the nth order moment equation is e of x raised to n, that is equal to differentiation of this characteristic equation phi x of j omega. We have to differentiate it n times, as it is the general formula. So here n times differentiation of this characteristic equation with respect to j omega, and put omega is equal to 0. And here we have the conditioned CDF PDF values. This is the conditioned CDF value, that is fx by b of x is equal to probability of x less than or equal to x intersection b divided by the probability of b, and the PDF value is f x by b of x is equal to differentiation of this CDF value. Or else you can write it as this also, this formula, that is fx of x divided by probability of b, where the probability of b is, in terms of CDF we can write it as fx of x2 minus fx of x1, or in terms of PDF we can write it as integration x1 to x2 fx of x into dx. These are the list of formulas whichever we have seen till now, and next we will see few more examples and special distributions, their equations, and we will study all that in the next class.